Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend, free fishing weekend. I got Gabriel here. Can you want to say hi, Gabe? Hi. So Gabe just got this fishing rod from a good year in school.
I think I got something.
You got something? No, nothing yet. Put her back in. But if maybe you did a little bit of fishing and maybe you got pretty interested in it, so we wanted to hang out with some pros this morning. We're doing that with Fat Boyz Fishing. With Jeff and Dave and Andrew and the whole gang. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Jeff.
Yeah, you too, Tim. How you doing?
Pretty good. I guess last time we saw you was out ice fishing.
3 years ago.
Was it 3 years ago?
Down here at Bayfront Park, yeah.
Okay, much warmer today, which is nice.
Well, the conditions sort of improved here for us for a few minutes. I don't want to jinx us.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Hopefully we...
An overcast kind of drizzly day, is that a good day to be fishing?
We've actually found with the carp fishing, if it does rain, after a rain comes through, for some reason, it'll turn them on.
You said carp fishing because we're doing something specific. Okay, so what is carp fishing?
So, first of all, carp fishing is gaining popularity across Canada immensely. It's the #1 sport fish in the world, believe it or not, because of in Europe, the amount of money that they spend. They'll join, the way we join a golf club, they'll join a fishing club.
Really? Okay.
To fish, so yeah.
What is carp?
There's different types of carp. You have mirror carp. There's common carp, which is the one that everybody sees. That's the kind of that black and gold one that everybody tends to see. But there's different ones. There's even ghost carp. There's mirror carp. Now we're not.
What's the lure that David's putting together here for us?
Well, we'll get Dave to show you.
He'll explain that. Actually, Dave, we'll put a mic on you for the next segment, but that's a pretty elaborate setup, and we'll get into why exactly you're doing that.
It's all based on European style.
And so we're down here at Pier 4 in Hamilton because you can be doing it here, right?
Yeah.
Obviously with a license.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, except for this weekend, it's the family fishing, so encourage people. Hopefully people got out over the weekend and did a little bit of carp fishing maybe.
Yeah, right on. So you're able to have a few different lines in the water though too, eh, when it comes to carp?
The laws changed just this spring that we're allowed to have 3 lines out now. So that's why Dave's running 3 here. Because the hope is they want to try and bring the World Championships to Canada. And the money that would come in, there'd be millions of dollars because again, you would have teams from Europe, Japan, the U.S., Canada, coming all over to compete.
Is this a usual spot for you guys to be hanging out?
This is a good spot.
Yeah.
We've done well in here. We've caught carp in here 22, 25 pounds. Yeah. We know they're bigger in here. We've heard the monster stories. Are
we getting a monster today?
Well, we hope so.
Well, that's the thing about fishing. You just never know.
You can sit for 4 or 5 hours and there be nothing, and then all of a sudden for 2 hours it's just one after another.
All right. Hey, Gabe, anything biting yet? Nothing yet. All right.
Will be nice to see Gabe get on a carp there.
Nothing right now. Okay. Well, let's take a break. And we'll see, and if something's biting during the break, we'll get Luke going and get the camera going because we want to make sure we capture that. But let's get into some of the technology with Dave and Andrew and Jeff and the lads from Fat Boyz Fishing here on Morning Live. Something, bud? You get something? Pull it up! Yeah, juicy weeds. Morning, everybody. Back here with my son Gabriel here at Pier 4 in Hamilton. That's what we got there. We got some good old seaweed back with Fat Boyz Fishing. We got Dave.
We catch a fair bit of that.
Yeah, I bet, eh? But that stuff is good, right? Because
it means it's healthy out here.
That's so we're fishing carp, right?
Yes,
is this what carp is eating?
No, you know what? Well, yeah, carp will pick up this and pick up little crustaceans and all that off the bottom. They'll pick up any kind of plant life. They would pick that up and kind of just pull through it, and then spit it out.
What do you like? Why do you like fishing for carp?
I did it once and was hooked. Absolutely.
Pun intended.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's the sound of the alarm going off, the adrenaline rush.
Look at this setup here. Now this is a pretty elaborate setup. Anybody, you can come out here with just a rod and just
as simple can be.
Okay. Anybody that's saying, okay, well, why are you allowed to have 3 rods?
Well, this year in Canada, they've allotted 3 rods in an attempt to bring the World Championships to Canada.
Okay, Jeff was talking about that last half hour. But you got sensors on here too?
Yes, these are the ones hanging here are called a back bite indicator. And then these are like a running sensor. So these will tell you if the fish is coming back at you or going out at you. So the outward is orange, coming back at you is white. And they light up so that at night, even the bobbins here, the back bite will light up also. It'll help to wake you up from your nap. Because there's a fair bit of napping in carp.
Now
fishing.
I know why you like it. What are you using for lures?
In here for bait.
For bait.
I've set one up here so you can
what do
have
you got?
a quick look at it.
All right.
This is the simplest rig, and we have technical friends. They do a lot of different rigs. We run mainly a hair rig. And the part of the hair rig is this part here that hangs off the back of the hook. The bait is never really attached to the hook. So what we will do is we are pack bait guys. So we run a pack bait.
Pack bait.
This is like an attractant. So this is just panko, strawberry jello, canned corn. And you do it till it becomes a nice pack ball, and you see your hands will warm up that jello, and that's what kind of gets it together. This is all purchased in a grocery store.
Really, eh?
There is nothing in here that you can't eat. So what we will do is then we push this into this is a lead.
Right.
This is what we would toss out. So we push that onto that lead and form it into a ball.
It smells good.
Yeah.
It smells good.
It does
doesn't
smell
yeah,
good,
'cause
yeah.
You like the jello, don't you, Gabe?
Now what this will do is when you cast this out, this will land on the bottom and slowly kind of break down to a good like little area, and the jello will float down with the current. And I've seen them coming. You go, those fish are coming because the attractant is coming.
They can eat anything there.
Now
right?
this one here is a floater. So we know that we've got a little bit of weed out there.
Right.
So we'll run a split shot midway through the line. So this, when it lays on
Okay,
the
you
bottom of the lake, is probably 4 inches off the bottom. So that is floating like that.
Okay.
Now the fish, when he comes, he will suck that. This is actually strawberry and cream
Really? Eh?
bait. He will suck that in, and then when he feels, their mouth is so sensitive, when he feels that hook in his mouth, he will take off, and you see it grabbing into my finger there. And what will happen, and with the alarm system I just showed you, there's enough weight here that this, when he pulls, will hook. It hooks himself. So when that pulls,
What's the biggest one you've ever caught?
32.
32.
Yeah.
Here?
Jeff's-
Here?
Not here. Mine is actually at CCIW, down at underneath the Skyway Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Now Jeff's got the big one of the crew.
What do you got, Jeff? What's your biggest?
I got a 33.2.
33.2. Okay,
Oh, he's
pretty
always
close.
pushing the point two. He's got the point two.
Okay, well, you know what I think it's time for a nap. Let's have a nap. Let's come back. Let's see if anything's biting. It's fishing. We don't know if we're catching anything, but it'd be good to catch something because the way you guys treat these carp is like royalty.
Oh.
You're not eating them.
Nope.
They have a whole elaborate process. So
Yes.
hopefully we'll be able to show that with Fat Boyz Fishing. And come back on Morning Live.
Take your behind you and kind of let it rest.
Yeah.
So
Give it a
giant!
little bit of
There you go.
I grab the line,
All right.
and you can feel it.
Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pier 4 here in Hamilton. Dave's just throwing that line out, trying to catch carp. Nothing yet, but we're hoping. Here with one of the newbies to the gang, Andrew. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
How are you, man?
Good.
I was just talking. So Gabe here. So he's 5.
Yep.
Just got this rod.
Yep.
Interested, but hasn't caught anything yet. And once you catch something, especially for little guys or gals, right? That's when they get kind of.
You'll get
on it,
hooked. You'll
right?
get hooked.
So advice
Catch
for
one.
like, taking your kids out?
Take them to a place where there's lots of fish. Put a bobber on the line, a little bit of line underneath the bobber, and just wait for it to happen. You know, put a worm on it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect.
How long have you been fishing for?
I've been fishing for a lot of years.
Yeah.
A long, long
But
time.
you're kind of the newbie to these guys, though,
I'm-
when it comes to carp fishing.
I'm brand new to all this.
Okay, so
Absolutely
where's your line?
Over here.
Okay, so these guys have. Well, Dave's got 3. Jeff's got 2. Why do
I
you
got
only,
1.
Why do you only got 1? Because you're allowed to have 3.
Yes, allowed to have 3. These guys have been so good to me.
Right.
Dave said we have extra equipment, so use it until you get hooked, and then
You don't want to invest too
and
much.
then,
'cause
and
a
then
kid-
we'll work on it.
Right.
And that's the plan. That's the plan. We'll start investing now.
What were you
Probably
fishing for before?
Anything. Walleye, trout, bass, perch, whatever. every year up north to Manitoulin Island, North Bay once.
What is it that attracts you to carp now, though?
It's just the camaraderie with the guys. Yeah, you're doing a lot of sitting around, but there's a lot of talking going on. It's fantastic that way. It's completely foreign to me, but it's a lot of fun.
Does the thrill of actually getting something on the line, does that ever get old?
The first one I got was amazing, absolutely crazy. From then, the next couple that I got, same thing, same feeling. Every time that alarm goes off, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Well,
And I mean, they're big, they're fighters. I haven't had a really big one yet. I think 12 pounds was the top one so far.
Your 12 is for
But
you.
my goodness, what a scrap. They really go.
And we're not eating these.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's all catch and release with this group here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the most part, the Canadian Carp Society and different organizations that are involved, it's all catch and release. Yep.
Well, let's take another break. We got one more, and we'll see if we catch something. Maybe we won't. But you mentioned the Canadian Carp Society. We'll get back to you, Jeff, and we'll talk about them because they have a lot of good tips if you want to get into it and get started in it and play safe and the way to do it. Come back with Fat Boyz Fishing on Morning Live. Got something, do we, Jeff?
I think, yeah, Andy's on a fish. Here we go.
There we go. Oh, we got one. There it is right there.
I grab the net, Dave.
Oh, grab that net. Oh, wow. All right, Jeff, you got the mic. Come on over here.
Yep. So we'll show you.
Yeah, kind of to show you the techniques of how things
So
go when you
like
get
we
one.
said, carp care is a big thing. Now they're a little guy, but still, look at the colors on them. I think they're gorgeous.
I was gonna say that's a little guy, eh?
This is called a common carp. Yep.
Okay.
This is the basic one that everybody sees.
So we got it on the line. So then
Yep.
Dave's got the net here.
So like we said, carp care is a big thing. There's no more of this dragging it up onto the rocks like when we were kids, you know.
Oh wow. Look at that guy. So how big would the
That's probably about 5 pounds, maybe 4 or 5 pounds. We'll bring him over here.
Oh, not on the ground.
Not on the ground.
Set him in the pad.
And why don't you want to put him on the ground, Jeff?
Well, first of all, any fish has like a coating on them. And if you lay them on somewhere and they scratch it, it almost like opening up a wound for us. And then they can put them back in the water. There's bacteria in the water, and they can actually get an infection.
Let's go.
So yeah, and you have to watch these things. They do have a spine on their dorsal fin that'll sometimes get hooked in that net.
So that's a carp right there, right?
So that's a common carp. Yep.
And how do you know? What's the
Andy?
identification of a carp when looking at it, Jeff?
This one we can just tell. Like if it was
Yeah.
a mirror carp, it wouldn't have those scales on it,
Okay.
and it would be a completely different look to it. It would look more like a catfish.
Okay. More like a catfish.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So what are we doing? What are we doing with it now?
Now it'll go in the carp cradle, and this is basically to calm them down. Because any fish you catch, you shouldn't release it instantly, because they're stressed, just the way we would be, right? So you put it in here. They go in there. Carp require very little oxygen in the water they're in. So this fish will sit in here for a minute or two, and you'll see already it's calmed down because the dorsal fin is down. So right now that fish is just calming down, and it's not going to be stressed out. Then it will go back in the bag and it'll be released without touching the ground.
Without touching the ground at all.
Yeah.
And would it take him some time to get back into the water, him or her to get back into the water? And
No, they'll
Yeah,
swim
they'll
right
just
away.
swim
We'll
right
show
away.
you that. We can put it in the bag and release it, and they'll swim right out. So.
it is pretty thrilling, though, right?
It is cool.
Like, you
Oh, yeah,
can
it's
get
cool.
hooked, right?
Like
Because we
this,
were planning to start shooting. We're like, oh, we got something. Let's go.
No.
Get a mic on you.
Yeah, so when that alarm goes off, like Dave said, we could be having a nap or something.
Yeah.
That alarm
Yeah.
goes.
Just as exciting.
Yeah.
That size is a 30-pounder.
Yep.
So you said that's a 5-pounder.
I'm gonna say that's 5.
About 5. And you, how big have you got?
33.
How big's a 33?
He was 36 inches.
Oh my goodness.
The one I got
Cool.
this year, yeah.
Like this. Like
Wow. Wow. Gabe, what do you think? Huh? See, put it to the camera. Big thumbs up. Hey guys,
So
okay.
You can touch them, Gabe.
You want to touch him, Gabe?
Give him a
There you go.
All
See
these
that?
scale
Feel
patterns.
that?
This will be the same pattern
Okay.
he'll have in a couple of years.
Really, eh?
Yep. If you took a really great picture and you studied it, you could see this fish in a few years with those same basic patterns. Has he got
So if you
anything
caught
odd
that
on this
again,
side?
you could tell it would
Right
be the
here.
same fish.
There's a good identifier.
Like that black
Right.
one.
A little birthmark there.
Cool.
Yep.
Hey guys, we got to go, but thanks a lot. Really a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
we got
Okay.
something here for you.
Yeah, with the Canadian Carp Society, right?
Yep.
So they got some stuff to keep safe if you're out doing carp from
Yep.
the sun and the UVs.
They asked us to show the
buffs
buff, you
and the-
know,
and the
the
hats.
sun protection hats. Keep
Okay.
your ears covered, and yeah.
What do you say with fishing? Like good luck, or like if you're
Tight lines.
tight lines?
lines.
All right, tight lines, boys.
Fishing is tight lines.
Thanks for having us. Cheers. Thanks, little buddy.
So I'm glad.
We got one.
Yeah, man.
Glad we got one.
Yeah.
So both times you've been with us,
Awesome.
we've got a few.
Yeah.
'Cause it takes my stress away.